What's up, guys? It's Hunter.
Tyler.
And this is the Secret Set Podcast. Okay, we have an amazing guest here. You can go ahead and introduce yourself.
Hi, my name is Kay. I'm a DJ.
There you go. That's it. All right, thank you guys so much for coming to the Secret Set episode. Like, subscribe, and send it to all your friends. We also have mic'd up the photographer behind the camera.
Ethan.
All right, that's enough from him. Anyways, keep it down back there, actually. Take away the mic. Can we get the guys in here? But, yeah, so this is a really special episode, I think, for us because we actually kind of had the same startup, and I felt like our, paths were just, continuing to, follow each other as we've continued to grow with music, and every time, we'd, see you in passing, it was, open decks, and then we went, and then we played for baseballers, and then we went, and now you're just playing everywhere and all this stuff. And I don't want to get too into it because I want you to tell your story, but that's why this episode I feel so special as, which is why we wanted to reach out, because we've seen her succeeding while we're also slowly getting some momentum, and so we just really wanted to have you here. So we are very grateful that you came out here.
No, thank you so much for having me. When you guys were posting about this, I was like, this is so cool. And then when we set a date for me to come in, I was like, wow, they really want me? This is so cool.
You're oh, okay.
I hope I'm cool enough.
Yeah.
Entertaining enough.
Yeah, we're actually going to make her freestyle here in a little bit to see how much cred she can get for the podcast. But yeah, so let's go ahead and get into it. When did you actually start DJing?
Oh my gosh. It was definitely a little over a year ago, maybe 2 years now. Me and my husband, we've been going to festivals and raves for, gosh, as long as I can remember, ever since I turned 18. And we ended up meeting a lot of friends who DJ'd as well in the scene here. And one of our friends named Jordan, he gifted us a little Serato 2-deck player, and that's what I learned on. And so I was just kind of messing around with that in my room for maybe 6 months or so. And I was posting little videos on Instagram and whatnot. And then ended up meeting a couple individuals who had a collective that would throw events at Dragon and stuff like that in Chinatown. And got my first booking there to play in front of people for the first time. And I remember, I went up there and, my legs were shaking, my hands were shaking the whole time I was playing. But ever since then, it's just, meeting all these new people and then, in turn, getting all these new opportunities, and it's been really cool.
What did you play the first time you played a set?
I played, strictly 140, dubstep, super grimy.
Nice, yeah.
Got a little wonky, too, but it was a lot of fun.
Which group was that with?
With Dusk.
Oh, Dusk.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay, cool. They still do some stuff. We
Sometimes,
did,
yeah.
We did an open deck with them. One of the second week I think we did open decks. We went and did.
Yeah, they did it over at Proof.
Yeah.
Those guys were all really really cool, super friendly, but awesome. So let's see where it went from there. You played that set at the Dragon, and then we started meeting you, March, I think is when we met, around, open deck time.
Yeah, at Next Door.
Yeah. So where, how did you, transition to that, and then, where you are now?
Well, oh my gosh, I remember, the first time that I saw you guys there, and I was like, who are these guys with the sparkly masks? They're going hard, I love it, but I was like, who are these guys? And then I started seeing you guys play everywhere, too, so I want to hear more about that later, but, yeah, I mean, honestly, I think really just came from networking at all of those open decks that we all attended, and just meeting the right people, and then having them see you play and see that you're really passionate about the music, and then they're like, hey, I have this coming up next month, would you be down to play? And then starting at those opening time slots, and then slowly working into the more prime 1 a.m., 2 a.m.
Yeah, prime.
Prime
for
that
it.
time.
We actually played a prime slot last night, and I am extremely tired from such a prime opportunity.
Yeah, it's not from staying out till 5. It's from
it's
playing at 1 to 2.
Nothing to do with that.
It definitely takes a toll on the body, that's for
sure.
sure.
Yeah, it is. I don't know. Sometimes I just think, how are people doing this consistently? These 3 o'clock, exactly. We played a Nura 3 weekends in a row.
Whew.
And this last weekend this weekend is the first weekend that we haven't played at Anura, and I was blessed. yes. I was like, thank you so much for the opportunity, but like I cannot keep playing
But
at
you
the
still
after.
went.
Yeah, but it's different. Like when like we're playing, you know, like we're there and we're just like there's a level of stress that like I have to perform well.
Right.
And I can't get carried away, like, in whatever I'm doing here. And I have to be, like, ready to go play my set, and I have to do well. And when you're just there hanging out, you're like, this place is sick. This is fun. But, yeah, when when you're having to, like, actually focus and play music, it's totally different. It also changes, like how I am is I'm such a, like, I don't know. I'm not very relaxed when I know I'm playing.
Yeah.
Like, I'm like, don't talk to me. Like, I just need to like focus and get my set done, and then when I'm done, I'll have a lot of fun again. But I have a really hard time relaxing before I
I'm
play.
the exact same
Yeah.
way. Like people try to constantly say, "Hey, like you excited? You ready?" And I'm just like,
like, so excited, actually. So much
Can't
excitement
contain it.
leaving my body.
and then after you get off stage, it's like, "Oh yes, I can party!" Woo!
Yeah, like a breath of fresh air.
Yeah,
Seriously.
Once the next person plugs in, it's just like, all right,
Yep.
you're shipped now.
Yeah. We've had just going into like sets, like how nervous and stuff. We've had several like sets early on too that like, you know, like the whole time all we were doing was just judging ourselves like the entire set, and so like the whole set's like super tense. And
Yeah.
now we're having fun with our sets and actually like, you know, being able to mix and like enjoy it. But like those first early sets when we're playing at like, so we're super tired. Tyler and I don't drink, and so we're just exhausted, and we're at these clubs and we're playing these sets, and I would just remember the whole time I'd be like, this is terrible, everyone hates us here, because I'm like tired. And then like afterwards I'd get off and just be like, that's it, I'm done. Like I quit. But now we're like actually enjoying it, and so like when we are done playing, we can actually be like, that was good, this is fun. You know, like
I think that comes with time too, like just getting the experience and it kind of turning into muscle memory and like being more confident about what you're playing. After you've played, you know, in front of a crowd so many times, it's really like you're not in your head so much because like it's like I said, muscle memory. You're just okay, transition here. So I feel that too. I used to be very, very overly critical of myself during my sets, and I was like, I don't know why people are still here. They hate it. They're just being nice.
Yeah. Nowadays, if like we make a little mistake, I'll just be like, well, at least it's loud and fast.
Yeah,
like
right?
people are still dancing. They could not tell at all what is happening, because with drum and bass, like really, like as long as it's loud and continues with like there's a drum pattern, people never really notice what's going on. And it took me like rewatching our sets to realize that, because in my head I was like, that sounded terrible, and then I like listened to it back and I was like, oh no, that was just loud.
Yeah.
So, like, there's a difference. As long as you don't cut out the music, you're usually pretty good. But Tyler?
I mean, yeah, we kind of rambled on about ourselves as far as like our nervousness and sets and everything. We just saw that you recently played like an actually big show recently with Riot.
Yeah.
How was the stress level on that one?
Oh my gosh, I was working on that set for like a month actually, but I would like start to work on it a little bit, and then I would like put it off and like, I have time, and I just kept procrastinating and get like only a little bit done at a time, and then finally like the week of I was like, oh my gosh, like I have 3 songs prepared and I have a whole hour set that I have to do on Saturday, so it was like really crunch time with that because I had my day job too, which I was working full time all throughout the day, and then I had some other things that I was doing at night too, so I think I got a total of like 4 hours of sleep that week, trying to balance everything, and it was
so not stressful at all.
so not stressful, not at all.
Easy as
No,
that.
I actually had like 3 breakdowns, but yeah, I finished the set about a half hour before I was supposed to leave to go to the venue. So that was great. I didn't get to run it through one last time or anything. I was just, okay, let's go. Hopefully it works.
That's when you're like believing in yourself.
Yeah.
Like while you're there, you're like, I trust myself from
Totally.
earlier, because I like you like looking at some stuff and you're like, this doesn't make sense, and you're like, you know what? No, I believe in myself.
Well, I had run through most of it before, and it had like almost hit an hour, so I was like, okay, I should be good. And then once I got up there, like the nerves kind of went away when I started playing, but I realized that I was at my second to last track, like with 10 minutes left in my set. So I was like, oh shoot, of course I would do this. So I
rewind.
No,
3
I
times,
started
same
playing.
song.
I turned down the tempo to like 135, and I was like playing out the whole
Yeah,
song.
nice.
trying to get it to, like, just extend the time, and I had to freestyle a little bit, but yeah, I think that was probably the most stressful set of my life, but it was.
It
so
went well
fun.
though.
It was
Yeah,
so
it looked
fun.
really fun. Like I'm sorry we've not been to many shows that we haven't played because we've just been playing so
No,
much.
yeah,
But sorry we couldn't come out.
get
That
it.
was really really cool. Saw some of the like videos and stuff. It looked like a really good time.
Yeah, it
Yeah.
was.
How did that opportunity like come to you? Did it?
So I work with this company called Rewire. It's
Okay.
like another collective. They bring down some artists and
Yeah.
then do shows here, as well as do like pop up events and whatnot. And so they. Right when right before I started working with them, they had mentioned to me that they booked Riot. I wasn't allowed to tell anybody yet because it wasn't announced. But I was like, oh my God, that's so cool. I love Riot. Like, I wanted to see them at so many festivals, but I just kept missing them every time. And I was like super bummed. Anyways, so they ended up coming to me and they were like, hey, we're looking for an opener. It's, we have a couple of different people in mind, but we'd like for you to send us a demo. And I was like, okay. And I worked really hard on like this like 20-minute demo and I sent it in. And then I think the next day is when they texted me and they were like, you're up.
That's
and
awesome.
I was like, oh my gosh. At the Republic, that's crazy.
Yeah, no, that's huge.
Yeah.
It's really cool. What about like so for like big shows like that? I know like something that like Tyler and I have been just like going back and forth on is like our visuals. How did you prep your visual package for like that kind of show?
I wasn't very, what's the word? I didn't do it like the traditional way. I kind of just hit up my friend Bleach. You guys know Bleach?
Yeah.
It was like, so they had asked me for a visual pack about a week before, and I was like, I didn't even think about visuals.
No, yeah, it's like something we don't because a lot of the venues around here don't really do them, and like we've had some, but like
Yeah.
we're like now just going back and forth. Like maybe we should just throw this video in and like whatever.
Yeah, no, I just hit up Bleach and I was like, hey, like they asked me for a visual pack. Do you think you could throw something together? Here's my logo. And he was like, yeah, I got you. And he was so nice. He did it so fast too. Like the next day he sent me like a bunch of videos for them to use and just like, I don't know, my logo spinning around and doing all cool stuff. And I was like, you're amazing. I don't know what I'd do without him. Go
No,
Bleach.
that's awesome.
That's
We love
awesome.
you, Bleach.
Yeah, shout out to all the baseballers, honestly.
Yeah.
Like probably the most helpful like human beings.
Oh,
This
yes,
is true.
for sure.
Everything we've been like doing, and I mean they've just all been so super helpful.
Still, shout out to Frost.
Yeah, Frost.
Give us some availability.
If you're ever available. We will ask again for next month. We've been trying to get, like, Frost is supposed to be our first guest, and
Really?
availability has just been, like, really tight.
Yeah, yeah.
And then we, like, pushed into the next month, and we were like, all right, what's it look like this month? And it was, like, still availability kind of stuff. And I was like, we ran into him, what is it, last weekend?
Yeah.
Outside of
Eve.
and I was like, we will make it work. You tell us when. Like, but it was just really funny because he told us, he was like, I'm available on Fridays. And we're like, sweet, what about this Friday? He was like, except this Friday. We're like, next Friday? And he was like, and next Friday.
And then it was like on another day, he was like, yeah, I could do that. And he's like, I can't do that. And I was like,
we get, like, I mean, our schedules are crazy too. Like, it's, like, with our, like, jobs and stuff, and then, like,
Yeah.
trying to make, like, this happen. Like, it's pretty much just our whole weekends are just booked out. So. We get it, but Frost, eventually you have to come on here. We're gonna have all of your underlings on here before you're on this podcast. It'll be like the final boss for the podcast. We'll have like our own little like playlist. It'll be like the baseballers playlist.
Oh,
And
man.
he can be the Bowser at the end of it.
Yeah, we should do like a collective, like all the baseballer people.
We should just cram them all in
Yeah,
here.
that'd
All
be so
Frost is on it, so anything he says, someone in there can be like, yeah, right.
Oh, I forgot to mention baseballers earlier though. When we were talking about like, both all of us kind of like coming
Yeah.
up. Oh my gosh, completely slipped my mind. Sorry, baseballers. They were a huge part of it too, and I think that's when we really got to see each other a lot as well because we were getting booked at like
Yeah.
the drum and bass shows,
Yep.
and yeah, I think they are such a great addition to our community, and I'm really happy that they were able to bring us all together. So we love baseballers. Sorry, didn't mean to forget about you
Yeah,
earlier.
no, yeah. Shout out baseballers. They gave us our first shot. We're forever thankful for that.
Yeah.
Like,
It's
we were just like doing open decks, like no plan. In our heads, we were like, all right, we're gonna play one open deck, and then we're just gonna go play a festival. Like literally, like we didn't even have that plan. Like we had, the day of that open deck, we didn't even have our mass finish, and I was like, Tyler, we're
No way.
going, and he was like,
Really?
I don't have my mass finish, and so for like 2 hours before it, he's putting together a mask and I'm putting together a playlist, and I'm like, let's go and do it. And so we went, we played it, and afterwards I was like, so what's next? And Tyler's like, I don't know, I guess we come back next week. And then we went back next week, and then Frost messaged us on Instagram and was like, come meet me, boys. And we were like, who is this guy? Like, I had no idea who he was, or we really didn't know a lot about like the smaller like groups and collectives out here. All we knew about were like like
Audiophile.
HBs, audiophile and like
Bamp.
Bamp. Like, that's like all we really knew about. So
Republic and
I was
HBs.
like, in my head, it was like, well, eventually one of those two groups will hit us up. Very unlikely. As we play heavy drum and bass. In my head, though, I was like, yeah, that makes the most sense. And then Frost hit us up, and I was like, who is this guy? And yeah, we met Baseballers, an amazing group. So truly, shout out Baseballers. Frost, come on our podcast. Every episode we are going to ask.
Yeah. Well, we made it clear that we play drum and bass. What's your favorite genre?
Oh my gosh. So I love playing a lot of different genres. It's really hard to just limit it to one. I think my favorite is probably dubstep, just because I love going super hard.
Like heavy stuff, or like the like deep, like slow,
more
wubby.
heavy. I mean, I like the wubs too,
Yeah.
but I really like just like those like major like build ups and then like huge drops
Like
and just
festival
like
stuff,
oh my gosh,
yeah.
it's so fun.
Heck yeah.
And just like seeing like the crowd reaction to those two is insane. But yeah, that's my favorite for sure. But I do have a lot of love for like 140, like kind of like the webbier, slower stuff, and then house music. I really like house and drum and bass, obviously.
Drum and bass
After
rocks.
last
You
night.
rock at mixing drum and bass. Every time
Thanks.
we've heard you, I'm like, dang, dude. It's like, dude, she's so good.
Aw. Have you seen you guys?
Yeah, ours is like I said, loud and heavy. Last night's set, you didn't get to hear. We actually played like some really heavy dubstep last night.
Really?
In the like we went back and forth from like 150, 145 to
Okay.
175, like just
Wow.
back and forth,
Pretty
like fake out
consistent,
drops
yeah.
with some pretty heavy
Nice.
stuff.
Oh,
So
man. You
found a
guys-
bunch of songs that people had made remixes of like dubstep versions of a drum and bass song. So we
Okay.
would do like the first drop drum and bass and the second drop
Oh.
with that heavy dubstep. So it was like kind of like a fun back and forth that we were doing throughout the set to keep people kind of on their toes,
Nice.
especially because like no one's ever heard us like chop dubstep. So.
Yeah,
It's like-
It was fun.
It was fun.
fun.
Yeah, then we like really dropped it down to some like deep wubby 140 because there's the sexy back remix that just came out
Yeah.
by
Ooh.
Hayes. Have you heard it?
Ooh, no, I haven't.
Oh, it is so good.
I
He's
don't
like,
think
I'm
so.
bringing sexy wop wop. And you're like, but we like threw that in there randomly in the set. I was like, I have to throw it in there.
Did you guys play some unreleased stuff too?
We not really. A lot of the stuff we were working on is we've gotten to that point in production where we don't want to play our music. Like we're getting good. I'm gonna give myself a little kudos, which I never do. I usually just tear us apart like 24/7. So don't think I have an ego at all. Constantly tearing apart our songs. We've gotten to that point where like we went back and listened to some of our older stuff, and we were like, this production sucks. And then our newer stuff that we have right now, I'm like, wow, this could be like an actually really good song, but it has to be perfect. So like that's where we're at right now with a lot of our music. Which after the podcast we could show you some of the stuff we're working on. But yeah, we're like slowly finding what I think is our sound, which is like really heavy. Who'd have thought?
Crazy.
But we did try every genre. We tried all the different bass patterns and drum patterns that like just everything for the whole year. That's all we've been doing is trying out everything just to see what really clicks with us, and I think we finally kind of found that, and it's making our process of making stuff like a lot faster, but it's becoming like down to like the fine details, and like so we'll see when we want to actually start playing our music live again, because it was like when the early. Like, it's so funny looking back. It's so cringy, but also, like, I'm like, go us. Like, we would, like, put together a song and then play it at, like, one of the Baseballers pop-ups. And the mix down would be terrible. The production, like, it would just not be good, but it was still, like, fun. And we did that. And now I'm like, I need to bring that same energy to the songs we have now because they're even better. But, like, it's like, I don't know. I'm, like nervous about it. So we did play one of our songs last Halloween, last Friday. Or was it 2 Fridays ago? We played one of our songs, and the guy actually came up to us like during the song and was like, "Dude, what is this song? Like, I have to have it." And I was like, "It's our music." I was like, "No way." Yeah, the guy. It's actually a John Battery approved song. I don't know if you know much about John Battery, but. He is the creator of Batteries, John Battery, a sponsor of the Secret Set podcast. No, but yeah, it was just one of those, like, it was the first time someone had actually given us, like, someone outside of our group of people. You know, I could
Right.
send someone like the worst music ever, and they'd be like, "Wow, you guys are doing so good." And I'd be like, "No, we're not.
You're a liar."
You're a liar." I want to go back to like people from like the early stuff we sent them and be like, "I hate you. You lied to me."
I feel like a lot of times though, it's the artist who makes the music too. Like people, if they like you as a person, they like you as an artist, they're automatically gonna like anything that you make. And I mean,
That's-
not to say that it's not good,
Yeah.
but I think that goes into a lot of that as well.
That's fair. Have you ever thought about starting music production?
Your
Yeah,
husband's been doing it for
he-
10 years.
Yeah, he's insanely
that.
talented.
Yeah. It sounds like he's more like from just our conversation. It sounds like he's really into the actual like audio like part
Like
of it, sound design and stuff,
he-
which is amazing. Like that is probably the worst part of music production is like deep sound design. And we got into it last night a little.
he is like so determined just to like learn everything and like get just the right sound. Like he has such a unique sound that he likes to put in his tracks, and like when I tell you, he spends hours on like just a single little minuscule part of each one just to make sure that it sounds perfect. Like I'm hearing him play like the same wah 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 over and over again like all night. But he's just like adjusting something tiny every single time. But yeah, no, he loves it, and he's very talented. He doesn't like to think that his music is good sometimes. Like he's like, it sucks, I hate it. But I'm like, dude, this. Can I swear on
Yeah,
here?
yeah.
I'm like, dude,
we
this
just bleep
fucking
it out.
slaps.
Yeah.
Like, are you kidding me? Like, he'll like walk into like my little office studio area with his portable speaker that's connected to his computer, and he'll be like, "Look at what I made." He'll press play, and it's like, wah, 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 wah. And I'm like, hey.
Like, hey, this is good.
Yeah, he's kind of been experimenting with some bass house too.
Cool.
Which has slapped.
That's
but-
what we told him. We have to get him over here into the studio.
Yeah.
I actually would love to work with him on some stuff, especially like after talking to him. I was like, dude, you sound like you are so deep into sound design. I would
he
love to
is.
pick your brain.
Yeah, no, he has so much fun with it. I always see him like watching videos, trying to like go by the video, and he's like, fuck the video, let me just do it. Let me just do it how I do it. But no, yeah, it's super cool. I've tried to get lessons from him, but he like I'm more of like a hands-on learner, and like he lets me, try it out, but like he just like knows so much about it already. It's kind of hard for me to like follow as somebody who is still learning like the shortcuts and the terminology and like compression, suppression, whatever.
Whoa, here comes the freestyle. Ladies and gentlemen,
Like, comment,
Kay.
subscribe.
Compression, suppression.
But
Clip that.
but yeah. But yeah, hopefully one day once I get the basics of it, then maybe we can work on a song together. That'd be cool.
Or ghost production.
Wait, that's a secret.
Like, yeah, you just start putting out like the craziest songs
No,
ever.
really,
like,
though. I think we've actually talked about him being like my ghostwriter or something.
I've told Taylor, and I've offered many a times. I was like, I will make like girly music for you, and you can release it and say you made it, because like people are gonna be like, oh my god, a girl did it. But if I release like this like girly like kind of anthem, they'd be like, this is for the girls and we're taking it, like, I don't look good enough. I don't look like Dom Dollar. I'm not gonna get away with making like that like sexy like house music, they're not gonna be like, yeah, this guy he's allowed to do it. No, especially with no mustache right now, it's done. I'm shocked.
Oh man.
That's even like I saw people last night that I'd seen like last week, and they were like, I didn't even recognize you. You don't have a mustache. You look like a baby. And I was like, thank you. I'm very insecure when I shave my mustache.
I was wondering why you look different. It's not bad. No, it's just different.
I had to shave it. I had like an important meeting and had to wanted to look very professional, and my mustache makes me look like I might have been in some 70s adult films. Maybe,
Cut
maybe
that
not.
out.
Yeah. Actually, clip that. Zoom in on the face here. But awesome. Let's circle back really quick to some of those open decks. Just a shout out to Centered for hosting those open decks. We didn't mention them. They put those on every Wednesday at Nextdoor, and that is something that I think has been a huge point for a lot of the DJs in the scene out here. And it was like a great starting point, and I think every time I like look back or we go back to next door, I'm always like, wow, this is like literally where it started. Like so cool.
Last night was like full circle.
Yeah, it's amazing. It's amazing. What is your like? What's your goal? Like, what's your plan next?
I think next I
EDC
definitely
main stage.
Let's go. EDC.
All right.
Actually, last lines now.
Yeah, Excisions. That'd be so cool.
Excuse me. No, I think next. Well, I've been trying to really dive into learning production. Actually, I've been taking lessons with a SoundCloud producer, and then I'm meeting up with, you guys know Sloppy Joe?
Yeah.
Sloppy Joe on Monday. We're going to try, so I can like see it in front of my face and try and learn that way. But yeah, no, I really want to kind of figure out a genre to lean towards, I think, which is like, that's the hardest part. But then once I get that, really just invest all my time into creating. And, you know, still playing out and whatnot, but I really want to get to a level where, like I can release music on a label, you know, and then get booked for, I mean, you know, hopefully EDC Lost Lands in our future, but yeah, we gotta start small.
Build.
Steps.
Yeah, it really does help putting your own music into your sets, just because that's kind of like how you know, that sets you apart, like, is making your own music,
and
I think.
I think that just seeing, like, the way that something that you created makes people feel is such an insane thing to witness. Like, even, like, just playing music that makes me feel a certain way, and, like, seeing the faces of people who are hearing it, and, like, knowing that they feel the same thing that I feel when I hear it, it's, like, I can't even put words.
No, that's why we do it, right? Like, it's every time. I'd say that's why we do it, but Tyler and I can't see anything on the stage, so
we don't know if people
literally
are dancing.
I have no idea ever if anyone's dancing or enjoying our sets, because we can only see like this far in front of us in the mask. Like, so like
you can see the deck.
you can see the deck and the lights off of it, but we can never see like the crowd, and it's like almost a secure feeling for us, because I'm like, if people are like throwing up because it's so bad, I don't have to see them. If people are dancing, great. Like, either way, like, sometimes we've played for no one, but I have the mask on, and I'm like, I pretend there's people here.
Everyone is so happy.
Yeah, everyone is dancing, and it's like, it's the face with this crying face underneath. Like, that's how I feel sometimes.
I think that's kind of a good thing, too, because I know sometimes, like, I've had sets where I'll glance up at the crowd, and, like, they're just standing there. Like, dead, and then, like, it kind of brings me down a little bit, and I have to, like... Okay.
Yeah, like literally, like it just like hits you in like the chest.
Oh my God. And then I have to like hype myself up again. I'm like, you gotta dance, like you're performing. Let's go.
Yeah. That's also like, I hate how my face looks when I'm concentrating. I'll literally just be like, like, yeah, just make the worst faces. So having a mask on, I was like, ideal. And I have a busted up face that Tyler reminds me of all the time. So
really,
it's like broken.
You got nose, crooked
I
nose.
Broke my I have my orbital bone broke and my nose broke, and it's like, so it's,
I never even
and
noticed.
breaking the illusion right now on this podcast.
My nose is crooked too. It's okay.
But yeah, so every time I see a photo of me, I'm like, it looks like I'm having a stroke in this photo, but people don't really see it. Until I say it, and then it's like the like the glass shatter, you know? It's like, no
reality.
Yeah. But yeah, no, those are great dreams, and I really, really hope that like happens for you.
Thanks.
And if there's anything that we can do to help you as well, just let us know.
That's
We would love to be a part of it, especially because I mean, we're just learning everything that we can. We just love sharing that information with people, sharing the music. Like that's all this is about, really. Like. There shouldn't be any gatekeeping in our community at all.
Absolutely.
Absolutely. Yeah, Schloppy's going to be a really good one. Shout out Sloppy Joe if you want to come out on the podcast. Let us know. He's like one of the people that we've also looked up to a lot in the scene out here. One of the first guys that like I think that like was like at that level that like actually like met us and exchanged numbers and was like, I like what you guys are doing. And then we like went to one of his sets, and he like just a really, really friendly guy. And then he got up on stage and yelled, "It's schlopping time," and schlopped it. It was crazy. It was like one of the most inspiring things I've ever seen in my life. Like, I love his like catchphrase that he does every time he plays. If you guys haven't seen a Sloppy Joe set, that is what he does every set. If he doesn't do it, you have to remind him to do it in the crowd. Be like, "Yo, yell, it's schlopping time," when he's playing. He loves it when you do that. So just shout out to everyone that's watching this. The next time you see Sloppy Joe perform, maybe make a sign that says schlopping time. But awesome. Is there anything that you have for us?
Thank you so much for having me.
Of course.
It's been really nice getting to like actually have like a deeper conversation with you guys too. Like I know we see each other so much out, but like we never. It's like I don't think I've ever seen you guys outside of the club actually.
Yeah, I know. There's like we tell people that all the time, and like we are the best at asking people to come hang out at our house, and then like texting them, and people being like, nah, not really. Like, I think it's because like I mean, everyone in that like environment's like very friendly and like excited, and then they go home and sleep, and then they're like, it's the work week, like
I was thinking about this all week. I was so excited.
Awesome. Thank you so much for coming on here and telling about your story. Is there anything that you want to tell to the people that are watching this about like things to look out for coming up for you, like shows or anything like that?
Oh gosh. I'm like,
you're on the spot. She's like, what is coming up?
Everything that was in my head is just gone now. Actually, I don't think I have too much coming up, really.
It's like the end of the year.
Yeah, well, so we're supposed to be moving, like the end of December 20th. So I was trying to like kind of clear up my schedule for that, and we just found out yesterday that we're not moving anymore. So, yeah, so we'll be here, staying in Hawaii for a while. So yeah, I mean, I don't really have anything too much planned as of right now, but follow me on Instagram, and you'll see it there.
We'll have all the socials pinned.
I'll definitely push you out.
Okay, cool.
Ethan, do you have anything?
Ethan?
All right, that's enough from Ethan. Thank you guys so much.
Real quick, what's the lore on your logo and your...
It's not there anymore.
Yeah, what's the
there we
lore?
go.
What's the backstory?
So I don't know.
She misspelled cat.
Yeah, I did. How did you know? Wait.
That was it.
No, so I actually okay. It's kind of a long story, but my
10 seconds.
my best friend, her name is Shelby. She we used to go out all the time. She was really there for me like when I started DJing too. We used to go to raves all the time. We've been to EDC together. She used to always call me Kay, all the time. She was the only person who ever called me that. And so when I started DJing, and I was like, oh, I think I need a name. I was like, oh, Kay's easy. Because, I mean, it just goes off in my name. But everybody says Kai, so I think I have to maybe rethink that one. But the cat ears and the whiskers, so when I was, sorry, I have ADHD. When I was starting to learn how to mix, I had these cat ears, these gamer cat ear headphones that like lit up, and I was using those for a while. And then I finally got like real headphones, and I got little cat ear attachments for them. That I wear out to all my shows is kind of like almost kind of like my brand now. And my friend Mary, she was nice enough. She kind of does like graphic design. She was nice enough to take my name and add some cat ears and a whisker to it. So now we use that wherever I go. Go Mary, thank you.
Period. Shout out Mary.
Shout out Mary. That's it.
All right. Amazing. Thank you so much for being on here.
Thank you for having me.